more funny? So this next queen, she stands at a towering 4'3½", 4'2½". Her hair ablaze, her eyes are sparkly, her smile are huge, and she's hilarious, but she's hiding behind the curtain. So now, coming out, I present to you Ashley Shaw.
Yeah, so this is my premiere, so I dressed up. I'm actually really sick. And it does not look like it, I am sure. But you know, like the wonders of makeup, I'm sure you're thinking, like, maybe she's not that sick. No, maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah, so we're in Little Norse, right? Like the actual building of Norse, not just Norse Little Theater. And I live here, like I'm a theater major. I live in the theater. I live 2 doors down from the theater with my lovely roommate, Julie Lakeborn. And then there's the laundry room on Ground Norse, which is exciting in its own little detergent-y way. And then there is the Ground Norse bathroom. And I think the Ground Norse bathroom is just incredibly special because you never know what you're going to find in it. You can walk in and be like, oh, like that's a noise. There, you can walk in and be like, oh, there's like a hat here, or like a jacket randomly on the floor. Thank you. Or like a person on the floor on the weekends. Or you could like walk in and then there will be a person there like, oh, maybe I'll make a new friend. Or there'll be nobody there. So like when I walk in, it's an all-girls floor, I expect to see either no one or a girl. So it's a real treat when you walk in and there's a guy there. It's a co-ed bathroom. So you walk in, and then you make eye contact with this guy. And this is for me, I don't know, for other guys out there, it's probably not that special to you, but girls, it's like, wow, I'm in the bathroom with a guy. You walk in, you make eye contact, and there's this moment, and you're like, I'm standing 2 feet away from you while you are peeing. That is a moment that we share. And then you either do one of 2 things. You run away, or you just keep going, because you want to hold on to that moment for a little longer. I normally do the second one, because Anyway, speaking of Little Norse, down here is also the theater, which we are in, and I do lots of theater. Yeah, theater kids. And, I like theater, and I like getting naked. So my grandparents. This ties in, I swear. So my grandparents are, old and stuff. And my grandpa is retired, and he is losing his hearing, he is losing his sight, he is falling apart at the seams. Every time that I talk to him, he's like, Ashley, I'm gonna die this year, I'm 75, and he never does. And since my grandparents are old and falling apart and going blind and deaf, they were like, we need to see our grandchild be in a show because she acts. And I was like, and this was spring term of last year, and I was like, oh no, you really shouldn't come and see me in this show that I am starring in, and I have lots of lines, and I've got a really great part. And they're like, well, why not? And eventually I had to tell them, well, the show is called Closer. And Closer, if you did not see it, which I'm sure you did not, because it was 2.5 hours long, is sex. Like, that's all it is. It is sex. There are 4 people in the show, and they're like, oh, we'll have sex with each other. Oh, just kidding, we'll have sex with each other. And, like, they flip-flop all the time. And I played a stripper, and I right here. You're going to see a lot more of me than you saw, than you've seen in 19 years since I was a baby. So, they were like, this was their response to this show. And in the show, not even kidding, the word "cum" was said so many times that our two board ops in the back decided to invent a drinking game to it called Cum Shot.